Hello, and welcome to another Elevated Marketing Chat, where we discuss data-driven digital marketing strategies that help your business grow. My name is Jennifer Denney. I am the owner of Elevated Marketing Solutions. We are a digital marketing agency based in Indianapolis, but we help clients all over the country. We deliver online marketing solutions to your data-driven digital marketing problems. And I do say yours because everybody has a different data set story to tell, and that's how we determine what type of digital marketing that you need. We are live all over the place on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We appreciate your comments, likes, and shares. And you can learn more about us at elevatedmarketing.solution. So before we get started today, we are going to get on to our quote that we do every time. And so our quote for this time is, "Every problem is a gift. Without problems, we would not grow." And I think this has a lot to say with how we handle the problems that come into our lives. A lot of times we get frustrated when we have problems that happen, and if we can just switch our mindset into that, it's okay, it's a problem, it's going to happen. And because we have this problem, we're going to be able to learn something new and really change our mindset into this growth mode of problems help us grow as individuals and come up with different solutions, and therefore, have us think better rather than negatively looking at, oh my gosh, I have this problem. Why do I have this problem? Problems is a natural part of life. And so always try to look at things in a positive light. So today's topic is how design plays into the success of your social and digital ads. And this really comes in from a couple weeks ago. We talked about, is digital marketing art or science? And we talked about how a lot of times, we're really talking about the data aspects of digital marketing, and we don't hit on enough how important the design of your website, your marketing messaging, and, for today's topic, really your social and digital ads that you have. It's extremely important. So let's talk about, really what is the job of the design. And at the simplest form, it's to catch a potential buyer or client's attention and then educate them on what you're offering. And I think the important word there is attention, because, there's not an up-to-date stat right now, no official figures, but it's estimated that we see between 6,000 and 10,000 ads every single day. And so design is super important to grab somebody's attention. If your design is not eye-catching, not using the right, colors, not the right typography, not the right messaging, then it's basically ad blindness, and your ads are not going to do you any good at all. So the first job that your ad has to do is to grab somebody's attention, because we are competing with people's attention, and more in today's environment, because we're multi-screening in today's environment, and we're looking at our phones, we're looking at the TV, we might even be listening to something at the same time, and grabbing somebody's attention is getting harder and harder. And if you can't grab somebody's attention, then they're never going to see your products and services and really hear what it is that you're trying to help them solve. So You know, a good design can also reflect and communicate your brand by connecting it with its audience. In a lot of these platforms, we're able to do some super highly targeted audiences. But if we miss the mark on our design and our communication and our ads, matching it to our audience, then nobody's even going to pay attention to our ads. I've mentioned it a couple times, but there's several different parts that make a good design. And it's going to be the color choices that you use, the imagery that you use, the typography you use, and then the actual messaging that you use within your ad. All of those are going to play well into a good design. Ultimately though, the job of the design is to move the potential buyer from first, seeing and grabbing their attention to actually clicking through and getting to the website. So the ultimate measure of whether or not you have a good design is a good click-through rate. And so that is the item that we want to pay attention to. Now with social ads, we're also going to pay attention to engagement. So if somebody engages, clicks on an ad, stops, watches the video, but doesn't click through, then we know that we have part of the problem solved, but not the full problem. So we need to go back and we need to test either different imagery, different messaging, perhaps even a different ad type. There's several different types of formats that can be used on both display ads and social ads. So we could have carousels, we could have a plain image, and I say plain because it seems plain when you've got, carousel ads that are kind of very interactive, and you've got video ads where you can really tell a story, and then you've got animation, which really helps somebody from stopping and scrolling. And each ones of these types of ads, take some time in order to develop. And we have to constantly be testing these different ad formats to see what performs the best to get the best click-through rate. Now, we're a big fan of video ads or some sort of animation because, again, people are scrolling through their feeds, and our first job in design is to get someone to stop scrolling. Our second job is to get someone to be enticed enough by our messaging that they are willing to click through, and then the website itself has to do the end job and get the conversion or the phone call or form fill. So design is very important. You can have the right audience, but if you're not playing up to, the features and benefits of your product and your messaging, if you're not playing up to the problems that you're helping solve with your product or service, then you're not going to get someone to actually click through and visit your website and get to that next stage of the buying cycle. So that's it for today. You can follow, like, or subscribe on any of our mini channels. If you go to elevatedmarketing.solutions, you can subscribe to the newsletter to make sure that you never miss one of our Elevated Marketing chats again. We will email you the blog portion that we do of this as well. So next time, we will be talking on May 13th, and we're going to talk about what is content marketing and why you should always be producing it. So this is a question we get a lot. People trying to understand the value of constantly putting out content. And, a big part of that's going to be SEO, but another part of that is going to be, answering people's questions and concerns about using your product or service. So join me on May 13th at our normal time at 1 o'clock My name is Jennifer Denney. I am the owner of Elevated Marketing Solutions, and I hope everybody has a great day. Take care.